Welcome back to season 6 of the Unshakable Woman podcast. We are so very excited as we profile women who are already walking in their God-given purpose and encouraging you to do as well. Today's guest, Debra, she is so very special to me. When I started my new firm, she took an image of me that went everywhere for our new press. And the thing about that image was it was so beautiful. I looked at it and said, who is that? So I want to introduce to you Lady Debra of Diamond Dust Photography. Welcome to the Unshakable Woman podcast.
Oh, thank you, Cheryl. Thanks for having me.
So
Thank you.
excited. Let's lead in with the quote that you use on your bio and share why it's so special and why it's needed.
Okay, the quote is, "You're beautiful, let me prove it to you." I use
Mm,
that, or I came up with it when I would get people saying, "No, I'm not photogenic." I said, "Well, my slogan is, 'You're beautiful, let me prove it to you.'" And so
mm.
that kind of coaxed people into sitting down and having me capture them.
Yeah. Do you run into a lot of shy women? And if you do, how do you pull that out of them? What
You
is it
know,
that you
it's
do to get them to relax?
It's funny that you asked because I started off just to boost my own self-esteem. So I went to a photographer.
Mm.
And then when I started my business, women would, say, "Oh, I need to lose 5 pounds." I'm like, "Oh my God. What are you doing? You're stunning. You're stunning." So what do I do to pull it out of them is that quote for one. And
Mm.
we just have a conversation. Once they decide that, okay, I'll take a session with you. We just talk, and then while we're talking, I'm snapping away, and they get really comfortable, and it's just a fun thing. And then the best result is the end result, is the actual
Mm.
photograph, and they react the way you did. It's like, oh, is
Oh.
that me? Yeah, I told you. I told you.
I remember that was so special. I remember being nervous when I walked out because I put on something that I never would have put on. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Deborah knows me from church. And so I put on an outfit that no one would have ever thought that I would put on. And so I don't know if you noticed, but I was a little nervous when I came out. I'm like, should I really be wearing this? Um, but you really made me feel so very comfortable. And, it's one of my favorite shoots. I can't wait to get back to Los Angeles.
Aw.
Um, are there people that you actually love to photograph? Do you focus on women? Do you do corporate events? What is your favorite niche for taking photography?
I think my favorite is women to
Mm,
boost their self esteem. It really does wonders. And some people might say, "Oh, well, what about this part of me?" Or I'm like, just let me do it, and it comes out really wonderful.
mm,
What happened though in the beginning, because that's what I started with women, and they kept giving such pushback. I
mhm,
started getting pulled in different directions. So I've done
mhm,
corporate America, I do headshots, I do parties, a lot of parties, and
mhm.
people just really have fun. I did a great party over the weekend. Oh my gosh, so many people, and I didn't stop shooting for like 5 hours. So,
Nice.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
So, I have two people who have reached out in regards to me sending them some selfies and having AI take pictures. What's your whole take on this AI picture thing as a
Well,
professional?
well, I tried the one AI where it said I tried it for myself, the headshots, and then
Mhm,
once I put myself in there, it's like the features weren't, as far as my features. So I'm like, I instantly just deleted it, and I'm like,
mm,
no, that's not the one for me. But there are other apps out there that can work in your favor depending on what you need. You can do as little or as much makeup or what have you that you want. I have
mhm,
one software that can help with the body shape because some people, want, "Oh, can you take a couple pounds off me?" So I have different things that can help with that. But I don't think AI is going to ever take the place of the photographer, of the human. Because
mhm.
for one, you need the human to dictate to AI what it is you need. You
Yeah.
have to say the exact right words and phrase it in a way to get exactly what you want back. So I
Mhm,
think as far as AI with photography, it's for the processing. Maybe it can process the whole disk of images that I have to process or to edit, that would
Mhm.
be helpful. But
Mhm.
anything else, I would say not yet.
Yeah, yeah. I looked at a few and I said, you know, to me, my fear was I don't think that's going to really look like me. Um, you know, and there's something about artificial versus the real raw person and the camera being able to capture the image of their rawness,
Mhm,
their
mhm.
skin, their features, their clothes, the way they stand, the way they sit.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot
Yeah,
different than standard photography, but
yeah.
I hope that you will continue to do what you do. You are an amazing, gifted photographer.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So, are you doing this full time? Is this your full time business?
Well, guess what? Now it is. What
Okay.
happened with me is that I worked my day job for 38 years and I retired and I called
Mm,
myself being in retirement mode. So I traveled a lot and I still travel, but what has happened is I've gotten so busy. It's like it is full time right now. I am
mhm.
doing a full time job. What are they? God says you plan and God. How does that go? Oh my gosh! I just had the quote earlier. I was thinking of
Uh-oh.
it. Oh God, when we plan, God laughs. Yes,
Oh
yes, yes.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So
most
that's what I call
definitely.
myself doing, and it's like, no, He's in control. Let me just follow these steps and do my photography. Yes,
Yeah, he's always in control. You
yes, yes.
never know. And just look at the difference of where we have come since 2021. Here we are 4 years later.
Yeah, yeah,
And a lot has changed
yeah.
in the world and in business and in photography.
Hmm,
You know.
hmm.
So, do you have any new plans down the road for where your business is going? One, and do you have anyone that you mentor?
Oh, what a good question. Plans? Maybe no, maybe just more photography, especially as I travel. I'm going to Japan with my family later on in May, actually.
Nice.
And that's a good question you have about mentoring. I have not done that yet, and that would be something I really should look into or offer, to a young photographer up and coming. Yeah. So that's a great question. Great
Absolutely.
suggestion. Yes.
It's
Yes.
an acquired skill. I think I may have shared with you years ago. My godfather, he actually has prints in the Library of Congress called March on Washington. And
Oh.
I used to sit on the floor in his dark room and watch him bring these pictures to life.
Hmm.
Um, and he probably would look at today's technology and say, "What is it that they're doing?" And so I guess every generation has different technology and techniques.
Hmm.
And I believe this technique will still be around for a while because again, the human eye right now to me is just so much better than the AI eye.
Hmm.
And the pictures to me just look a lot better.
Hmm. Well,
Uh,
AI can look artificial. And it's interesting that you bring that up with the dark room and what have you, because when I got into photography, and that's where I met Danielle, we were
mhm.
at Santa Monica College, and I started with, developing. But then it was right in the transition of digital. And then when digital came, I went over to digital because the dodging and burning is just you just press a button, and it made it
Yeah.
really easy. So I'm thinking that's the way that AI is going to actually help the photographer or help the business. Period. It's just making things easy, but to
Mhm.
replace an image, like to conjure up an image in your head and speak it into AI, that's going
Mhm.
to look a little artificial, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What a wonderful gift. What a
Yeah.
wonderful gift. Well, I'm thinking as you're talking, there's still space like in high schools and junior highs for young people to really get the essence of that gift and what it looks like and how you maneuver in it. I don't think AI is going to take it over completely. But that's my thoughts.
Mhm.
But I am a techie, and it is a people gift,
Yeah.
and it's an amazing gift to have.
Mhm.
So you are now full time.
Yes. Yes, yes.
and we're praying for mentors for you.
Okay, thank you.
And if there is a woman who is interested in doing what you do with
Mhm,
a camera and they're listening to this show right now,
mhm.
what would you say to that woman who is listening?
To believe in yourself and practice, practice, practice.
Mm,
Because just to know, I still practicing. That
mhm,
never stops. That never
mhm,
stops. Especially if you have an idea, you have to practice. So
mhm,
practice, learn your lighting, learn the different lighting situations because they that affects color. And
mhm.
yeah, just practice, practice, and believe in yourself and go for it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, I think the last question for me is someone who really, really needs pictures or they
Mhm,
need photography. And we
mhm,
talked a little bit about this earlier, and they
mhm,
are just super shy, or I'm too fat, or I'm not photogenic, you know. But they're coming to you kind of like this. Now I'm going to try it, but
mhm.
how do you coax that client into a studio and help them just relax?
One thing that I do is I'll go to the client.
Mm,
I'll come to your home, so you're in the comfort of your home. Okay, if
mhm,
you don't know exactly what to wear, at least your closet is right there.
mhm.
We're talking, we have different lighting situations. We could do window light, we can go outside, I can set up my strobe, a number of things I can try with you. And if you're still not comfortable, I'll just make a picture of margaritas. I make the best margaritas.
I love it. Oh, that's a California girl right there.
Yeah. Oh, I'm kidding about that. I haven't made margaritas for a client. Well, maybe since the beginning, actually. But people now are serious and they come in, they're gun ho ready to take pictures. So, and practice in the mirror as to, how you're going to smile and different things like that. So maybe it can come out a little bit more natural for you, you
Yeah,
know. Yeah.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. Well,
Yeah.
I am so honored that you're with us today. The only other thing that I really just have in my heart to ask you
Mhm.
is if you could photograph that one person that you've always wanted to photograph, who would that one person be? Let's put it out in the
Oh
atmosphere.
my goodness. Oh God, I have to think about this. Oh gosh, maybe a Beyonce.
Mm,
As far
okay.
as far as a woman, Idris Elba for a man.
That would be a
Oh,
fun photo shoot.
yeah, that would be very fun. Um, wow, interesting. That's a good. I need to think about that.
Well, you said Beyonce, so I thought about a photographer who worked with us at some festivals, and
Mhm,
so as you were saying that, I'm thinking there are photographers who are really good with like movement and capturing people in movement,
mhm.
and then there are photographers who say, "Move this way, stand this way." Is there a big difference in preparing for one versus the other?
I think the key is being a great poser, and
Mhm,
I'm not a great poser. So what
mhm,
I prefer is for you to act natural. You
mm,
just do your own movements, and I'll capture that. Someone's asked me before too, what's your best subject? My favorite subject really are kids because that's what you have to do that with them. You have
yeah.
to run around and catch them. The parents go, listen to Miss Debbie. I'm like, no, 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 let them go. I'll catch them. I'll catch them.
Oh,
And those are the most adorable pictures, actually. So yes, I would
oh,
rather a person just act natural. Like we can put on music and you can dance around, and I'm just clicking away. But at a given point, I might say, I might not pose you exactly right, but we'll get a shot. We'll get a shot. That's for sure. That's for sure.
I love that. I love that. We're so very grateful that you came on today with us. How can our viewers find you on social media?
On social media, well, my website is diamonddustphotography.com. I don't know why it slipped my mind almost. And on Instagram, I'm Diamond Dust 8. So Diamond Dust and the number 8. And the way I came up with the name Diamond Dust was I named it after my gray hair.
After your
My gray
gray
hair is
hair.
Diamond Dust. It's Diamond Dust.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yes.
I was thinking diamonds are girls' best friends, or that you are tough like a diamond.
My gray hair. Yeah. So I've embraced it. I would put a rinse in and do what have you. But now I am truly diamond dust now with my gray hair.
No, I think your hair is absolutely beautiful. And
Oh, thank you.
we are
Thank you.
so very grateful for you to come back on. This is not the first time you have been with the Unshakable Woman podcast,
Mhm.
but this is the first time that people can actually see you. And thank you so much for joining us and taking time out of your busy schedule.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for choosing me.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. And if you didn't catch where you can find Debra or Diamond Dust Photography, we will have that in our post on all of our socials. So join us by audio on Spotify or every social media platform that there is. And you can go to the post and click on Diamond Dust Photography's social links. We are so very grateful that you came and spent a little bit of time with us. And we pray that those who want to get in photography, hit her up. Hit her up. More importantly, especially if you're in the Los Angeles area, hit her up and make an appointment. Go
Mhm.
and boost your self esteem, take some amazing images, and walk in your God given purpose. And that is part of her brand, and that is her gift. Again, we thank you, Debra, for joining us. So very honored. And thank you, everyone. Until next week, continue to walk in your God given purpose, continue to walk in love, forgiveness, and live unshakable. We'll see you next week.
Bye bye.